they've literally said on the record, it's in all the transcripts, that they will provide affidavits, and now they're saying that they're not going to be providing affidavits, and they're telling us that they've already told us multiple times.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that they don't want to provide it?
I think they just don't have any evidence. That's what I believe. I believe they can't provide the evidentiary material because it doesn't exist.
I'm Yemini for Rebel News back in Melbourne, Australia, and as promised, I am here with Nick Patterson to keep you up to date with his case, the case that's known probably around Australia as the fight against police corruption. There is an update, a small update, plus something you got planned. Tell us first, Nick, what's the update?
Well, last time we did a report, we were discussing how the prosecution were ordered to provide all of this material, evidentiary material, including affidavits from Brett Sutton and potentially Jenny Mikakos, the former health minister. Now, they were ordered to provide this by the 15th of last month. They never provided it. They didn't even email us to apologise either and say, look, we're sorry, we're under the pump, you know, we can't get to it. So we sent them an email a couple of days later, and then we received an email from them basically saying that they're not going to provide us with these affidavits. They're going to provide us with a certificate under Section 225 of the Health Act, which has no relevance to me doing a collateral challenge to the state of emergency, because we need evidence in the form of an affidavit so that we can cross-examine Brett Sutton and Jenny Mikakos and any other minister that might be relevant to our challenge. Then further on in the email, it said that, this is from the prosecution as well, that it had been reiterated to us that the prosecution would not be adducing any evidence directly from the former Chief Health Officer or former Health Minister. Now, that's never been reiterated to us. It's never been iterated to us. This is the first time we've heard of that, because in all of the cases where we've discussed in detail this collateral challenge, which we have a right to do, to challenge the validity of the state of emergency, every time we've discussed it, the prosecution has agreed that they would be providing affidavits from these people. And now they're not providing it, and they're going to try to give us something different.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that they don't want to provide it?
I think they just don't have any evidence. That's what I believe. I believe they can't provide the evidentiary material because it doesn't exist.
So what are you doing?
So look, this is corruption 101, and it's my opinion that the police are complicit in covering up corruption from the government and also from other police, and they conceal the corruption as well. So we've got a rally on the 17th of February at 12 p.m. at the police headquarters. That's, I think, 313 Spencer Street at the Docklands. We want to take a stand, we want to have our voices heard, and we want the police to know that we're sick of the corruption and it needs to end. You know, if you can back me on this and turn up, I think this is really important. Obviously, we're taking it to them in the courts, and we're, I'm going to be doing everything I can to expose the corruption of the government with the state of emergency, but also to expose the corruption and the lies of our criminal cops that wear police uniforms that go around committing crimes for the executive government.
And to be clear, with regards to the affidavits, what are your lawyers doing? Are they giving up on the affidavits, or are they trying to compel them to actually bring that material?
They've literally said on the record, it's in all the transcripts, that they will provide affidavits, and now they're saying that they're not going to be providing affidavits, and they're telling us that they've already told us multiple times. To reiterate means that they've iterated, and then they've iterated again, that they're not going to be adducing any of this evidence directly from these people. Now, the whole idea of having affidavits is that we can then cross-examine these people. And we've even had that discussion in the court where the judge has said, will you be envisioning cross-examining these people? And we've said, yes, we will. We want to cross-examine them. That's the reason why we want the affidavits with all the scientific evidence, so we can cross-examine them and that we can challenge the validity. Was there the scientific evidence substantial enough to establish this state of emergency? Now, I don't believe it was, and I'm pretty confident that they don't believe it was either, which is why they won't provide the evidence that they've been ordered to provide by the judge.
So we're going to reiterate, because we like that word now.
We do, yeah.
you're going to continue fighting.
Amen.
If you think it's important for the world to see what they're still doing in the name of your health, of course, make sure to like, comment, but most importantly, share it far and wide, because as you know, the mainstream media will not talk about Nick now that they cannot defame him. So it's up to you guys to spread the word, because the last thing they want to do is let the world know that the state that they protected, is refusing to be cross-examined for what they did. Then head over to fightthefines.com.au. Keep up to date with Nick's story there and all the other stories still happening in the name of your health. Remember, fightthefines.com.au. They're all there. Bookmark them, share them, and if you want to support some of the cases that are still happening there, fightthefines.com.au. It's all happening.